If you're watching this, you're ready to take your soil back. In part one, we unmasked the ultimate hidden garden enemy, root knot nematodes. These microscopic parasitic worms hijack your plant's roots, swelling them into lumpy, useless knots and starving your crops of water and nutrients. I know firsthand what these dreadful parasites can do to your garden. I've lost okra and tomatoes to them twice already, and even green beans. In part one, we launched our initial battle to stop them, pulling infected plants, baking the soil under clear plastic tarps to solarize them, and planting French marigolds to poison the survivors. I'll link that video here. But solarization and pulling plants is only one phase. Your soil is currently a blank slate. And if we stop now, those pests will crawl back. Today, we're launching phase two, the ultimate nematode crushing mechanism. It's been 4 to 6 weeks since solarization, and now we're going to flood your soil with life, deploy natural biological predators, and build an underground defense system so strong these pests won't stand a chance. Here's exactly how to crush what's left of the nematodes and build your soil from the ground up. So, what is this nematode crushing mechanism? Crab meal and neem seed meal. When you're targeting root knot nematodes specifically, these two amendments do more than just feed the plants. They actively work together to disrupt the nematode life cycle. And here's why this combination is so powerful right after solarization. Nematode eggs and bodies are made of chitin. Crab meal is packed with chitin, which acts as a beacon for chitin-eating soil microbes. As these beneficial microbes multiply to feast on the crab meal, they turn around and aggressively target, break down, and destroy the nematode eggs remaining in the soil. Now, neem contains natural compounds which act as a systemic disruption agent. It confuses the nematodes, impairs their ability to feed, and inhibits their egg laying and hatching cycles. The important thing to know about solarization is that it uses heat to kill off pests, but it also reduces your beneficial soil biology, leaving you with a clean slate. Adding crab meal and neem meal right after solarization provides an immediate targeted food source that selectively attracts and breeds up the exact predatory microbes you need to keep any surviving nematode populations from rebounding. So, how much will you need to add? On your screen are the standard broadcasting, planting hole, and top dressing application rates per 100 square feet. Feel free to pause the video to take a screenshot of these guidelines. But basically, crab meal, you add 5 pounds or 2 tablespoons per square feet. Neem seed meal, 2.5 to 5 pounds or 1 to 2 tablespoons per square feet. Now let's talk about applications. When applying crab meal and neem meal for nematode control, don't just scratch them into the top 3 inches. Root knot nematodes travel deep to follow plant roots. Thoroughly blend the crab meal and neem meal into the top 6 to 8 inches of your bed soil line. After mixing them in, water the bed thoroughly and let it sit for 1 to 2 weeks before planting your new crops. This gives the chitin-eating microbes time to multiply and creates a hostile environment for any lingering pests. Moving forward, how often should you reapply these two amendments? Crab meal, which contains the chitin and calcium, should be broadcast once a year or during the season when you're adding nematode susceptible transplants, such as tomatoes, okra, and peppers. You can add a small handful of crab meal, about 1 to 2 tablespoons, directly to the planting hole. The chitin in crab meal takes a few months to fully break down, but once the chitin eating microbial population spikes, those beneficial microbes and their enzymes remain active in the soil for quite a while. Applying 5 pounds per 100 square feet once a year is plenty to keep the cycle going. Neem seed meal is different. It acts as a nitrogen and pest control additive. This is typically added twice a year, once before spring planting and once before your fall planting. Why twice a year? Neem seed meal breaks down much faster than crab meal. and its active insect disrupting compound naturally degrades in the soil within 3 to 6 months. So, to keep up active systemic defense against nematodes, a fresh application at the start of each major planting is ideal. When you reapply neem meal for the second season of the year, you can dial it back to 2.5 to 3 pounds per 100 square feet just to keep levels steady without overloading the soil with nitrogen. And remember, always mix both crab meal and neem meal into the soil, add a thick layer of mulch, and water in thoroughly. Then wait 7 to 14 days before planting. This curing phase lets the intense initial microbial activity level out so it won't stress or burn tender young transplant roots. So let's briefly recap all 5 steps. You're going to solarize the soil. The bed should be free of roots. You're going to plant a dense bed of marigolds. You're going to add in loads of compost with those shredded marigolds. You're going to add crab meal and neem seed meal. Then you'll water thoroughly and cover with a 3 to 4 inch layer of organic mulch, such as straw, shredded leaves, or clean pine straw. Nematodes do travel, so this is a process that you will want to do every season if you live in an area like here in Zone 9A, where they are plentiful. Preparing your soil for the next growing season is something we do anyway, so you're not really adding any extra labor. You're just changing your soil amendments and additives, watering thoroughly, covering it with a thick layer of organic mulch, and keeping the soil moist until you're ready to plant again, 2 weeks later at the least. I myself know firsthand that nematodes are extremely frustrating to deal with, but with a little patience and the right strategy, we both can completely clean our soil and get back to growing a thriving garden. I've already started the solarization process. What about you? Share your experiences. If this video helped you solve a garden mystery, feel free to save it to your watch later list for easy access, and hit that like button to show others that you found this information helpful. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss more garden fixes. In fact, I hope to see you in the next nematode eradication video, part 3, in which I will share tips on how to keep nematodes out of your garden in the first place. Happy gardening, and I'll see you in the next one.